For only the second time in his career, Batista is laying his eyes on Hell in a Cell. The first time around, Batista earning a victory.
A victory, Michael, not only against a normal opponent, the Game himself, Triple H. Batista will be the only person to have defeated the Game and The Undertaker at what they are best at, Hell in a Cell.
We are coming to you live from the American Airlines Arena in Miami, Florida, exclusively on pay-per-view. Batista's victory over The Undertaker at Cyber Sunday was called a career-defining moment. Tonight, it will be called a life-defining moment inside Hell in a Cell.
Two of the greatest competitors of this generation, Michael, have had the rivalry of the year. Batista won, Undertaker won, 2 draws. We got the rubber match tonight, Michael. Hell in a Cell.
Of the year. How about one of the greatest rivalries ever?
That I agree with you. This rivalry will go down for the ages. You're going to tell your kids about this, Michael.
And this is the ultimate tiebreaker between Batista and The Undertaker. Look at that structure.
And remember that Undertaker has ruined careers in this. Mick Foley, a multi-time world champion, tough as he could be, never recovered from this man. Here we go, Michael. Hot damn it.
Introducing the challenger from Death Valley, weighing 299 pounds, The Undertaker!
For the 8th time in his career, The Undertaker will enter Hell in a Cell. He's been involved in this matchup far more times than anyone in WWE history.
The Undertaker, Michael, is coming home.
And there is something about the Phenom when he steps inside that 20-foot-high, 1-ton Hell in a Cell. He changes. He turns into a completely different individual, one that is hell-bent on one thing, pain.
The Phenom, Michael, the dead man, The Undertaker, has dominated the WWE for 15 years. But to walk away, the generation's best star, he has got to defeat Batista tonight. He knows that. Batista knows that. Michael, we're about to get it on.
Batista paging like a caged animal inside the ring. Batista is not intimidated. He does not fear The Undertaker. That was made clear at Cyber Sunday. And Batista has admitted, John, that he's a bit crazed, that he's a bit off, that
he better be.
That the cell has possessed him, that it has been inside his body. The thought of this matchup for weeks and weeks, and tonight is his opportunity.
Here's your answer, Michael, right here. That is why Batista better be. Batista's never been in better shape. Batista has never been better. Neither has The Undertaker. We are catching both guys in the prime of their lives in Hell in a Cell for the World Heavyweight Championship. It just simply does not ever get any better than this.
And it's appropriate that the dead man slams the Hell in a Cell door shut. It will be locked. You win by pinfall or submission. Referee Jimmy Corderas holding it down.
We're about to see a car wreck, Michael, and you can feel it in the air. You can feel the tension. You can feel the electricity. Nobody in Miami Arena sitting down, Michael. They know they are about to watch history.
Referee Mickey Henson in the ring, only to count the 1, 2, 3, or count the tap out if there's a submission. Matchup's underway. World Heavyweight title is on the line. The champion Batista, the challenger The Undertaker, inside Hell in a Cell. John, let's talk strategy first for the champion Batista.
The champion Batista survived the Undertaker's onslaught. Undertaker is traditionally a terrific starter right out of the gate.
Oh, and there's a clothesline by the Animal. What about for the #1 contender, The Undertaker?
Wear him down. The longer this goes, the better The Undertaker gets. When blood flows, Undertaker wins championships. The longer it goes, Undertaker wins championships. Batista doesn't work by the hour, and he doesn't need to here.
Batista unloading with the right hands to The Undertaker. Phenom ducks underneath the possible clothesline. Batista in trouble early. Undertaker going for the choke slam. Will he connect? And Batista does he battle out of it with the elbow? And he does. Oh, and there's a clothesline.
That's a clothesline.
Undertaker quickly to the cover, win by pinfall or submission. World title on the line and a kick out. John, Undertaker has made it a career of using mind games and psychological warfare to strike fear into his opponent. But Batista is not afraid of The Undertaker. What does that do to The Undertaker's game?
I don't think it matters whatsoever. I don't think The Undertaker cares if you're scared of him. I don't think he cares if you respect him. I don't think he cares if you fear him. The Undertaker is The Undertaker, and I believe Batista has no fear whatsoever in his body.
John, you've never competed in a Hell in a Cell match, but what would you think it would be like entering into this awesome structure with the world title on the line?
I probably put myself in Batista's shoes as Undertaker was coming down that aisle. The ominous of this cell, Michael, is overwhelming. It's something that you want to do. It's something that you have to do.
Snake eyes, the strength of The Undertaker. Big boot, vintage Undertaker. Quickly toward the cover. Shoulders are down. There's two. They have him kick out at 2.5.
It's also something, Michael, that you have to simply have some trepidation about. I think these two guys, though, are so focused. They know each other so well. Neither has that hesitancy. This is about legacy, Michael. This is something that is actually bigger than the World Championship.
And Undertaker grabbing a steel chair, ladies and gentlemen, from under the ring. Now, this is legal. Keep in mind, you only win by pinfall or submission. Anything goes inside this steel structure. Undertaker pulling out all the stops. Spear by Batista. The Animal saw it coming, perhaps out of desperation, delivering the spear to The Undertaker.
This is where Batista needs to capitalize. He needs to survive that initial onslaught of The Undertaker.
And he can't be afraid to use weapons, and he's not. You saw how Batista wielded that steel chair on Mark Henry on SmackDown Friday night, but Undertaker countered. Undertaker with a clothesline. Into the cover again. World title on the line and a kick out at 2. And John, early going into the matchup, it seems like The Undertaker's the one that has gotten out of the gate quicker. Seems to be controlling the pace.
Undertaker going for that triangle choke that he beat the Great Khali with.
And Batista realizing it quickly.
Undertaker, as great as he has been, has gentrified his game significantly this year for one reason, to beat Batista.
And bounced off the steel steps. The champion Batista.
Sometimes you pick up your game just because you want to pick up your game and you know you have to. Sometimes you do it for one specific opponent. Undertaker has picked up his game for one reason, and that is Batista.
And we've talked about the evolution of The Undertaker, how he's evolved over the years, how The Undertaker has adapted his game to exist in the Animal Kingdom, the kingdom that Batista rules right now.
Likewise, Batista came out of that trilogy with The Undertaker that went through WrestleMania. Batista came out better than he's ever been.
John, look at, for the first time in the matchup, the cell uses a weapon, much like a cheese grater, as Undertaker just taking the face of Batista and running his flesh through that steel.
That one-ton structure, Michael, has absolutely no give in it.
And you saw on the forehead of Batista the damage from the cell already inflicted on the world champion. And Undertaker measuring his man, the near 300-pounder on the apron. That is vintage Undertaker with the leg drop across the throat, and the champion falling helplessly out of the ring.
You want to know what Undertaker needs to do? Right here. He needs to get on a roll like The Undertaker does. This is Batista's worst nightmare.
Seems like he's been on a roll since the beginning of the matchup, John. Batista has not been able to get out of the blocks.
This doesn't look good for Batista, Michael.
The champion in deep, deep trouble early.
Listen to these people here, Michael. They know they sense a collision.
Undertaker steel, look at it, the steel chair. Up underneath the throat, driving the chair into the Adam's apple of the animal.
Every bit of it legal.
Completely legal.
Continue.
Look at this, Batista's hurting.
The blood flowing out of the mouth, John. Now what will that do to a competitor like Batista as Undertaker takes advantage?
You do what you have, Michael. This is a situation where you can't worry, are you 100%?
And this was caused by that. This was caused by that chair being driven into the throat of Batista.
This is a world championship match. If you're 70%, you better be 100% of that 70%. There's no excuses.
Again, steel chair to the throat.
The good thing about this, Michael, we're going to see a winner. We're going to see a loser.
Batista could be having problems breathing in the situation he's in, perhaps choking, trying to catch his breath.
The problem with that, Michael, is if he's bleeding from the throat, it cuts off your air.
Cover by the Undertaker. 2 count takedown.
Causes you to struggle to breathe.
And look at this. Look at the way the Undertaker.
And when you're struggling to breathe, your mouth is open, Michael, that's when you get knocked out. That's when a boot in the face knocks you out. That's when a fist in the face knocks you out.
And you see how the Undertaker applied that cover, John, driving the forearm into the injured throat of Batista. Undertaker.
Last thing the Undertaker needs is a bullseye on Batista, but the Undertaker has found one.
See how wide open Batista's mouth is? Gasping for air, blood trickling down, Undertaker turning the focus to the shoulder. But every time Undertaker impacts any part of the body, John, it forces Batista to breathe, which brings that injury into play.
The longer this match goes, the harder it is going to be for Batista. Undertaker
went for old school. Batista caught Undertaker and planted it with a spinebuster. A desperate champion with a spinebuster to the challenger.
That's something God just gives you, Michael. You can't coach power. That's something Batista did on instinct, but how much is it taken out of Batista?
He literally rolls over into the cover and Undertaker kicks out at 2.
Sitting there with his mouth wide open, having a hard time breathing with that throat injury.
That picture shows the story. The Hell in a Cell surrounding the ring, already used as a weapon by the Undertaker. The champion with right hands. The champion trying to gain momentum, trying to gain the upper hand for the first time in the matchup tonight. Oh, and he runs into Batista. And you feel the animal building momentum quickly to the cover. There's 2, and Undertaker kicks out.
You feel a sense of urgency in the animal. You feel a sense that maybe he realizes he doesn't know how bad he's hurt. When you're warm like that, you don't know. And if you're feeling it and you're bleeding, you don't know how bad you're hurt, and you don't know how long you're going to be able to continue.
When you taste your own blood, it's got to be playing mind games. Batista driving the shoulder into the gut of the Undertaker. Oh, what a clothesline. Undertaker tried to block the clothesline, couldn't do it. And look at the strength of the animal. That is pure strength, ladies and gentlemen. Running power slam, up to the leg, and Undertaker rolled the shoulder off.
You feel the sense of urgency on Batista. You're right, Michael, when you start tasting your own blood. For a lot of people, it's fearful. Batista's been in the fog of battle before. He understands what it's like to fight hurt, which is what he's going to have to do. The question is, you wonder innately, how hurt am I?
In a normal championship match, you can't win the title outside the ring. But in this matchup, anything goes. And Batista is going to use the outside of the ring as a weapon. The steel steps, the cell, the ring, every part of it. Undertaker into the steel. Pops it up with a clothesline by the champion.
That was a collision.
Absolute impact.
Right here in front of us, Michael, you could hear it. Here Undertaker hit the cell. Here Batista hit the Undertaker.
The World Heavyweight Championship is on the line. Batista the champion. Undertaker the challenger. And Batista goes into the steps. And that was the impact we were talking about. But see how quickly things change, John? Now it's the champion who's in trouble.
They're both throwing bombs at each other. They're both swinging for the fence, Michael.
And remember what this matchup means to both of these men. The opportunity to be world champion. That's why.
Oh, steel steps. This is getting monkey butt ugly, Michael, and it's going to get worse. These guys realize what is at stake. This isn't just a world title. That's insane to even say that. It's 1-1, 2 draws. These guys understand legacy awaits the winner.
The first matchup in WrestleMania, the second in a last man standing match at Vengeance, the third inside a steel cage, the fourth at Cyber Sunday, but nothing like tonight inside Hell in a Cell. And Batista driven headfirst into the steel.
We're witnessing a car wreck, Michael. We are witnessing carnage. We are witnessing 2 guys who are willing to destroy themselves to walk out of here world championship.
Undertaker just launched a 280-pound man into that steel. Watch this again. The strength of the Undertaker. Like a dart, Batista flying across into the cell. Oh, an impact by the steel chair. John, no one goes their way around this Hell in a Cell like the Undertaker does.
Look at Batista. His problems just got much, much worse.
Not only are you tasting your blood, now it's trickling into your eyes.
And the problem is, Michael, if you can't see a punch coming at you, that's when you get knocked out. You don't get knocked out by a punch you see. Never. You get knocked out when you don't see.
Cover by the Undertaker. World Championship on the line and a kick out. And you're talking about punches. You're in the ring with the best pure striker in the history of the game in the Undertaker.
This is the best place in the world Batista wants to be. Vision impaired against the best striker this game has ever seen.
Your own blood trickling into your eyes, swallowing your own blood, having trouble breathing. Undertaker gonna go for old school, and again, Batista thwarts the Undertaker. And Batista unloading. These men know each other so well, John.
Look at this, Batista going for the home run. You feel that sense of urgency on Batista.
Oh no, look at Undertaker in trouble. Batista the Animal setting up the Phenom. A superplex! A ring-rattling superplex.
This is Batista's opportunity. Batista understands right now the longer this goes, the less it favors him.
Look at
there you go. Triangle choke. Triangle choke.
Can Undertaker lock it in? The triangle choke. They got the Great Khali to tap out. Can Undertaker lock it in to Batista?
The same thing that Undertaker tapped out Khali with. He's got it cinched in, and he has got it cinched in deep.
What does the champion have to do to have any chance to get out of this thing? It doesn't matter.
Break with the ropes.
Break the hole. He's in the ropes. And Batista made it to the ropes. Referee Mickey Henson making the call, John.
Mickey Henson made the call. I'm not sure Mickey Henson's right.
And I agree with you. Undertaker had the triangle choke on. Batista made it to the ropes but forced the break.
I think a referee's decision may have just saved Batista.
But nonetheless, Undertaker is still in control and launches his body, his 300-pound frame, out of the ring and onto the Animal.
These guys are willing to go in hell, Michael. They understand a World Heavyweight Championship is at stake.
Undertaker with a right unloading on Batista. And see Batista just instinctively trying to paw and slap at the Undertaker, doing anything he can to try to stay in the matchup. But Undertaker in complete control.
Not sure how lucid Batista is right now, but Batista knows enough. He better do something to stem the tide.
Oh no, Undertaker with those steel steps. The Undertaker, the Phenom, the dead man, has got bad intentions.
It's legal, Michael.
Really bad intentions. And the steps, and Batista blocked. Batista blocked the steps and the Animal. The champion trying to battle back. Undertaker.
I think Undertaker hurt his hand.
I believe so, when Batista blocked those steel steps with a desperation kick. And now it's the champion using the steps as a weapon off the skull of the Undertaker. Batista, turnabout being fair play. 3 and then 4 times.
The Undertaker like a battering ram with those steel stairs.
How heavy are those steps?
That's what it may take to defeat the Undertaker. Those steel steps, that's just crashing against the skull, Michael. Look at this.
And Undertaker realizing what Batista's been going through for much of this matchup.
We may have us an even ball game, Michael.
Animal. Batista tossing Undertaker back into the ring. The champion finally feeling momentum building in his corner.
I'm not sure we have anything left to either one of them, Michael.
Great point.
We said that you walk in a cell, you never walk out the same. These two guys, there's no way they walk out of this the same, Michael. I'm not sure they're going to walk out.
And the animal. And that's what the Hell in a Cell does to you. It changes your life and your career. And Undertaker.
Last ride.
A last ride to Batista. A last ride.
That could be it. That could be it.
But does The Undertaker have enough left to somehow crawl toward the cover with the World Championship
Undertaker's
on the line?
got to cover him. He's got to hook the leg.
The cover. There's two. And Batista perhaps instinctively kicked out.
Look at the carnage, Michael. This is what a world championship is all about. This is what living up to history and legacy is all about.
Body parts literally strewn around the Hell in a Cell. Batista to his feet. Undertaker stalking the champion. Batista in trouble. Batista gonna go for the ride. Choke slam.
We're gonna have us a new champion, Michael.
Undertaker to the
Unbelievable.
cover. Here we go.
What
There's
a
two.
match.
And Batista kicks.
No!
Wow. Both of these men literally.
I don't think Batista has any idea where he is.
Undertaker
Any idea
does.
what he's doing. This is instinct.
Undertaker knows where he's at, though. Undertaker says he's going to put Batista away right here. Batista in trouble. Going for the tombstone was Undertaker. And Batista counter with a spinebuster. Here's the cover.
This could be
Hook
it.
to the leg. He got it. He got it. Did he get it? No. Kick out at 2.5.
These guys, Michael, I am telling you, they are fighting on pure, absolute instinct. You gotta love this. This is competition in its rawest and most pure form.
Not only instinct, but adrenaline as Batista plants Undertaker again. In the animal.
The animal
Batista
knowing he's
going.
got to hit a home run. Batista doing.
You got to win by pinfall or submission. Batista realizes that. Perhaps doesn't believe that he's taken out The Undertaker quite enough to get the win. So he's just focusing on taking The Undertaker down, knocking out the #1 contender. What is in the world? Oh, no.
It's getting worse, Michael.
It's getting worse, but again, it's legal.
It's all legal.
Batista looking to use the table as a weapon. Look at Undertaker having to use the ropes to try to somehow pull himself back to his feet.
These two guys are walking through hell, Michael.
That's why it's Hell in a Cell, and Undertaker, John, has no idea what's going on here.
None whatsoever. Only on SmackDown, Michael.
Undertaker battling back. Batista. Oh, man. Oh, no. Not the Batista bomb. Not the Batista bomb. Batista setting Undertaker up through the table. This could be it.
This is
Batista
it.
bomb through the table.
What a match we've just seen, Michael.
Referee Mickey Henson doing the right job. Get the shoulders down. Now the shoulders are down. Oh, down at 2.5. The shoulders had to be down, clear on the mat. They were, but Undertaker somehow kicked out again.
I'm not sure anybody in Miami believes Undertaker kicked out, including Batista. It is unfathomable what these guys are putting themselves through. Look at this. He throws him like a sack of potatoes.
What? This is Batista lifting the dead rope. Undertaker is nearly lifeless, and Batista hoisted up a 300-pound man and put him through the table. And Batista with those steel steps, measuring the Undertaker, looking to put the #1 contender away. Oh no! Oh no! Maybe the Batista bomb.
No.
The Batista bomb on steel steps, and a counter by the Undertaker. Spine to the steel. Here's the cover. This has got to be
New
a new champion right here. And Batista made it to the bottom rope again. Undertaker measuring Batista. Measuring the champion. Looking to put the champion away. Oh no! Undertaker, tombstone, pile driver.
Landed him.
Undertaker going to win the championship for a 5th time.
Ball game.
Rest.
What a hell of a match.
Oh, the kick out. A kick out at 2.5.
The Undertaker. You've never seen The Undertaker like that. This is a battle The Undertaker himself has not been in.
The eyes show the painting of disbelief by The Undertaker.
It's one for the ages.
Undertaker with Batista on his shoulders again. Oh no.
Here we go.
Undertaker
We told you somebody's going to get hurt. This is it.
No! No! Tombstone pile driver on the steel steps. We're going to crown a new champion. Here's the cover. There's two. Wait. What the hell? What the hell is that? Who the hell is? What is that?
It's Edge.
Edge. It's Edge.
The hell is Edge doing?
Edge is back. Undertaker can't believe it. A camera on the skull.
I can't believe it.
What in the world? Where the hell?
No, the squad. It's all legal, Michael. It's all legal.
Edge. Undertaker out of it. Batista out of it. Edge with a steel chair. The former world champion. Oh no. Oh no. Oh no.
It's all
Edge.
legal, Michael. There's no way to stop this.
Edge with the steel chair. A concerto. A thunderous concerto. A rabid Edge. A rage-infested Edge.
The Undertaker's motionless.
And now what the hell is he doing?
Mickey Henson's got to count.
Why is he doing this?
Mickey Henson's got to count.
Edge throwing Batista over the fallen Undertaker. Batista has no clue.
Mickey Henson has no choice.
Batista retains the title.
Not like this.
The winner of this match, and still World Heavyweight
Batista.
Champion, Batista!
These guys came in this cell, Michael. They wanted, they're fighting for history. They're fighting for legacy. Batista wouldn't want this. I know damn well the Undertaker doesn't want it either.
Ladies and gentlemen, the one thing they will both want is that man right there, Edge, the former world champion. But the story of tonight is this, is that Edge has screwed the Undertaker again.
And these fans, our fans, us, everybody who was loving this classic, this match of the ages going on, Edge has just robbed the world of a masterpiece.
Batista and Undertaker gave everything they had, their entire being, into this match for the world championship. And that man Edge, for some reason, he's crazed. Edge is crazed. He's psychotic. He's out of control. Oh no! What the hell is wrong with him? An absolutely a harrowing scene. Damage strewn throughout this entire building. Edge has returned. Edge has made some sort of sick statement. I mean, I don't even know where he came from. I mean, next one thing.
There's no way to get inside that cage. It was locked.
Edge pulled the referee out of the ring, and
Edge had to have this in mind all along. All along. This was a grand scheme. A well done grand scheme, but I don't get it. I don't get it at all.